Road transportation is an important sector, but also an integral component of any successful national economy. Transport economies often use this as a common tool for activities of economic development. This is more evident today when global, regional and national economies are linked, intertwined and related to the mobility of people, goods and services with high degree of communication and information content. Obviously, the relationship between the quantity and quality of transport infrastructure and the level of economic development is apparent. When transport systems are efficient, they provide economic and social opportunities that result in positive multiplier effects, such as accessibility to markets, rural hinterland, additional investments, and greater employment opportunities. On this note, I warmly welcome you to Maritime Update. I am Norma Obiaswalo. On a weekly basis, Maritime Update brings to you issues and developments within the maritime industry. Due to the absence of an effective rail transport system, trailers and other heavy goods vehicles play a key role in bulk movement of goods. They transport more goods at a time, thereby saving multiple trips to the goods destination and reducing man hours required to haul goods. The time and cost savings achieved by using HGVs in transportation of goods makes them an important tool for the economic advancement of any nation. However, if the activities of these bulk vehicles are not well managed, they will become a big menace to the society. In this episode, we will be looking at the activities of the Association of Maritime Truck Owners and what solution they will provide in curbing gridlock and decongesting the areas so as to improve economic activities. First, issues and developments that made news in the sector. Stay with us. The Nigerian Shippers Council (NSC) has commenced moves to stop the payment of container deposit fee by importers, which are usually not refunded by shipping companies. The Executive Secretary and CEO of the Council, Hassan Bello, disclosed this at a meeting with 3 shipping firms in Lagos, adding that complaints on container deposit fee constitute about 80% of complaints received by the Council.
We act on complaints we receive from shippers generally, who said that the container refund regime is extremely harsh. And sometimes, through no fault of shipper, he is made to pay demurrage, which was not triggered by him. So it is important we look at the shipping companies and come to the conclusion that the cardinal things is, even if you take this, the container deposit, it has to be returned, in 4 days' time, so that he will continue with his business. First of all, we think there shouldn't be any container deposit in the first instance. And that's what we are going to work in the long run to abolish, container deposit. We have to look at the whole container regime and issue specific regulation so that it will be in line with international best practice.
Responding, the Managing Director, Grimaldi Shipping Line Operators of Port Multipurpose Terminal Limited, PTML, Ascanio Russo, said that Grimaldi and some shipping firms refund container deposit within 3 to 4 days of the return of their containers.
The great majority of our clients, they don't pay any container deposit. I would say 70% of our clients are not paying any container deposit, because these are regular customers, these are people we know, and these are people we have established a contractual relation. So we don't need to charge container deposit to these clients. We will charge most likely container deposit to the one-off importer who doesn't have any track record, and of course we need to be insured if anything happens to this container. In addition to that, I would like to say also that the container deposit we are collecting is anyway not even covering the actual cost of the container, because very often, even when we have a one-off client who doesn't have any track record with us, very often we waive majority of the container deposit. So we may waive 60%, 75%. So in actual fact, it's paying a relatively small amount of money. So we are trying really to be as much as flexible as we can with the container deposit. And same thing also for the container demurrage. Again, most of our customers are already on 21 days free.
The representative of the managing director of Max Line Shipping Company, Razak Ngula, said that its payment of container deposit refund is a smooth process, adding that 90% of its customer requests are treated online.
We are in an extremely fragmented market. If I take just the absolute numbers for last year, over 5,000 customers shipped just one box each. So which means it's extremely fragmented. As we speak today, we have close to 1,600 boxes that are out there that are still not returned and that we expect to, of course, use for the next voyage. So that's technically challenging, right? So that of course explains why we would have a deposit. But the reality of the deposit is not to recover the value of the container. You can call it to change behavior to a large extent. But today, we're still not getting the boxes returned on time. To make it easy for customers, what we have done is to ensure that, first of all, the refund process is as smooth as possible. And for those who have engaged with any of our platform, and we'll have a separate session, I'll talk a bit about automation. You can actually apply for a refund online without coming to the office.
The Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, NIMASA, and World Maritime University, WMU, has signed a memorandum of understanding to develop human capacity for the industry. Peter Said, in his speech after the signing of the MOU, said that he led a delegation from Nigeria to Malmo for the purpose of maritime development, while expressing optimism that the MOU would help NIMASA realize its strategic plans to reposition the country's maritime sector, and is also in line with the 4 pillars of NIMASA's medium-term growth. In his remarks, the president of WMU, Dombia Henry, expressed optimism that it will help to support Nigeria's economic growth. If you've just joined us, this is Maritime Update reaching you courtesy of the Nigerian Shippers Council. For details, please reach the Nigerian Shippers Council on our email, website, or better still, text the number scrolling on your screen. Do you know that Port Service Support Portal, PSSP, is a complaint management and service support solution aimed at addressing business-to-business transaction problems in the Nigerian ports? Here is how to use it.
Welcome to Port Support Services, otherwise called the PSSP. The PSSP, as it is popularly known, is an initiative of the Nigerian Shippers Council created to serve the public better. Just to help you navigate the portal, first log on to the website www.pssp.ng. There you'll find the basic information about PSSP, information on partners of the project standard operating procedure of the partners of the PSSP, and frequently asked questions, contact information. With the PSSP of the Nigerian Shippers Council, members of the public will be able to make complaints using the complaint form, track the status of the complaint, and make inquiries or give a feedback using the contact form. To submit a complaint, open your web browser and type www.pssp.ng. The home page will load. Click on the Make a Complaint. The login page will display, but you will need to be registered on the portal to be able to submit a complaint. If it's the first time of submitting a complaint, click on either the Register button or the Register link. To register, you will need to apply your email address, display name and password. After completing these fields, you should click on the Register button. If you have previously created an account, simply log in by supplying your email address and password. After you have successfully logged in, you should see the complaint form. The system assumes you are the main complainant. The complaint form has 5 sections: complaint details, service provider details, event or service description, other details, complaint description. In addition, you will find the yes and the no button. And this is how it works. Using the yes or no button indicates you are complaining on behalf of a company. If you're complaining on behalf of someone, you have to give us their details by clicking on the Add Detail button, then click on the Next button. From the pop-up list, select the type of company your complaint is about from the agency list and select the company from the companies list.
Thanks for staying tuned. Now to the guest of the week. He is Remi Ogungbemi, the National President of the Association of Maritime Truck Owners. In this interaction, he spoke to us on how technology, TTP, key to curbing the gridlock menace. Stay with us. Can you let us into the contributions you've made as the President of the Association of Truck Owners, which is geared towards moving the maritime sector forward?
Well, as a body, we've been trying our possible best, but I must say that there is limit to what we can do without the support of other stakeholders, especially the technical regulator who happen to be the Nigerian Port Authority, and also the economic regulator, that is the Nigerian Sports Council. And having said this, we've been trying so far, especially in the area where it has to do with the perennial traffic gridlock. And the traffic gridlock have been staring the faces of all the stakeholders. The genesis of that problem started in 2006 when the management of the port, in their own wisdom, decide to come up with what they call port reformation. So the port reformation drew out all the trucks from the original places that they were using then. And to compound it all is the concessional arrangement. The arrangement that failed to give recognition to the important role that the trucks play in the port operation. The fact remains that the port cannot operate without the trucks. And the trucks has to come from somewhere. That's why we're having all this problem.
The importance of truck operators is critical in the port. So how do we move away from these identified challenges, moving forward and achieving a seamless port operation, moving away from the challenges to achieve a seamless operation?
Yes.
Underscoring the importance of truck operations in the port.
Yes, as a matter of fact, every problem in life has a solution. There is no problem that has no solution. Solution may not come if the problem is not given the holistic approach that it deserves. However, let me use this forum to commend the effort of the naval personnel in collaboration with the management of the Nigerian Port Authority, including the Nigerian Sports Council and some other security operatives. You can see, because we were invited for a meeting by the Rear Admiral of the Naval Command himself. We went for the meeting. He made us to understand that he has a mandate that they should protect the government asset, which is the bridge. That bridge wasn't consulted to serve as holding bay for trucks, which I agree 100%, that it is dangerous to not only to life and even the property, that we should tell our members to avoid parking on the bridge. No, we let him know that parking even on the road, topless of on the bridge, is not our making. It is because the original structure of the port has been tampered with. It is not with our interest. It is not the interest of the drivers to go and park on the road. It's not the interest of the owner that he should go and park his truck on the road. But when the foundation is broken, what can the righteous do? Initially, about 15 years, 1.5 decades ago, you can come, if you come within Apapa, you cannot find a single truck parked on the road, talk less on the bridge. But because those places earmarked, designed by the people that builded the port. The place we were using as terminal as truck park has been taken away.
Do you also think the innovation being promoted by Nigerian Shippers Council in the transport sector, that is the truck transit park, do you also think this in any way will curb this gridlock being experienced? Do you think, in your view, that this truck transit park will also help to eliminate these problems being experienced by your truck drivers?
My sister, I am saying that the project is a very welcome development. I was at Abuja when the project was flagged off by the Honorable Minister of Transport. We welcomed the idea. By the time we have all this transit park en route Lagos within Nigeria, I am telling you, it will reduce the stress and the fatigue on the side of the driver. And not only that, it will help to make our road safer. But by the time trucks don't have a befitting place to park, definitely they will park by the side of the road. And parking by the side of the road, you are not only narrowing the road, but also endangering the other road users' lives and property. So it's a very welcome development. I wish that all the state federation will key into that project so that at every, let's say, about 200 kilometers, if you have such facilities, it will help and it will go a long way to reduce the number of carnage on our roads.
As the head of your association, what have you done as regards ensuring or enforcing ethics amongst your truck drivers?
Well, we've been trying our possible best. Like you see, this environment, we rented this environment, number one, as a result of the policy that forbids motorboy from entering the port with their trucks. Because why did they make the policy? They discovered that in most cases, motorboy normally drive in the port and causes accident. And it's on record that about 90% of road accident or road crash in the port are being caused as a result of the motorboy driving trucks in the port. Not only that, also because of the ISPS and IMO code. And Nigeria is signatory to these two organizations, ISPS and IMO, International Maritime Organization. So not only that, we make this place available where they can come and relax if they are dirty, where they can shower. Recently we opened a canteen for them where they can eat so that they can refresh themselves. Then we made available where they can also ease themselves if they are pressed. So this is exactly what we are doing.
Okay, moving away from the ethics,
Yes.
how do we tap into the treasures, enormous treasures that is in the maritime industry?
For a very long time, government has neglected this sector, maybe as a result of the oil boom. They forgot the importance of maritime industry. And you know, oil can dry. Sea, they say, can never dry. So it is recently I started seeing that government is trying to do something. For example, look at the roads that enter the ports. In my own understanding, port is like a hen that are laying the golden egg. Why must such a hen be neglected? Government has neglected this sector for so long. The road, the access road into the port, is supposed to be one of the best roads in Nigeria. You can see what we have as access road. Even from here to Tinkan, Maitu, Coconut, Oshodi, Apapa Access Road is no longer motorable. It's impossible for it. Why? It's not supposed to be like that. And there are so many resources, untapped resources in maritime industry. And the only thing that this administration, that what they did that gladdened my heart, if they can complete it, is the rail line. Because they are trying to introduce the rail. By the time we have the rail that will be evacuating the goods, then it will help elongate the life of our trucks. Trucks will no longer be traveling from Lagos to Kano to Maiduguri. It doesn't make sense. It makes even the trucks to run out easily. So the government expedite action on provisions of the rail line, because there are a lot of them benefits in that arrangement. Then our truck will only be moving goods from the station either to the warehouses or to the factories or to the marketplaces. Then it will also help to elongate the lifespan of our road, because the exact of the load that is having on the road. That is why most of our roads break down easily, and it's not the best for the economy. So government should do more to maritime industry, especially now that we have unemployment rate that are rising. So please, I'm using this forum to appeal to our government to see how they can come and give more attention to maritime sector.
So some stakeholders are of the view that there are many actors in the port industry. Do you share the same thought? That it should be reduced? The actors are too much.
Yes, of course.
Kind of causing confusion here and there. So, and making there is no synergy. Do you share the thought that actors in the ports should be reduced?
Well, I will agree, because there are too many overlapping functions. Initially, what we know port to be is a custom port. It's custom that we recognize in those days. But nowadays, we now see different agencies coming to the port to do almost the same thing. So I think the earlier the number of agencies in the port is reduced, the better for our economy and the better for free movement of cargo in the port.
What do you think, in your view, are the short-term or long-term measures to curb these challenges being experienced in our ports?
Yes, there are so many challenges. It all depends on the area you are referring to. But if you are referring to our sector, especially where it has to do with the traffic gridlock, I think the immediate solution is ongoing. Then the next one that I will refer to as medium is that let there be a transit park, so that trucks that are coming to do business at a particular day will be somewhere, so that it will be easier for us to call them from the place as per the number required at a particular loading point, be it in the port where we have containers and general cargo, or the tank farm where we have petroleum product. But however, mechanism, electronic mechanism is the magic that I believe that can solve the problem.
You know about the port support service portal being promoted by the Nigerian Shippers Council, where a platform where complaints have been made, such as the ones you've identified?
Yeah, we have one. We were invited for that project and program, and we attended the program, and it's working fine. And we have been using it. For example, if we have issue with any of the shipping companies, we normally use the platform to address the problem.
And how efficient?
It's very effective. It's very effective, and I can even say that the Shippers Council, they are umpire. They are unbiased umpire. They have been trying their possible best to ensure co-working relationship among every other stakeholder.
I must thank you most kindly for coming on Maritime Update. It's been Remy Ogunbemi. He is the president of the Association of Maritime Truck Owners. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you, and you're welcome. I'm impressed.
And that's where we draw the curtain on Maritime Update this week. I must thank you most kindly for being a part of this week's edition. This show promises to bring you a better package next week. For more details, you can contact the Nigerian Shippers Council on our email, website, or text the number scrolling on your screen. You can also view this episode or any of our previous episodes on our YouTube channel, Maritime Update. I am Norma Obiaswalo. Until I come your way again next week, it's goodbye.